What's up, and what's up? How y'all doing on today? Happy Tuesday. We back at it again, and we here to laugh, gag, cry, whatever it is that we gonna do it, okay? But we gonna have the conversation. Now, y'all know what it is.
Girl, I
I
lost
may
my
be
spoon.
tired of it, but that's okay. Cause we got to tell y'all, okay? Y'all like the video. Y'all comment. Y'all share it out. Y'all tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? I need y'all to do all of those things and then a little piece of more. Okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to Deep Conversation with Sean. If you haven't subscribed to Dina channel, go on over there to her channel, and it's called Journey with Dina. Okay? So you go over there and do both of us a favor and subscribe to our channel. All right? While you over there subscribing, make sure you like our videos, comment, and all the things. It's super free. You ain't got to do nothing merch. What happened, friend? What had happened?
What had happened was I had moved all my stuff and baby shut everything down. Oops, I had to come all the way back.
You was here, then you was gone.
Disappear at.
I was like, dang, I was just gonna keep it rolling, keep it moving. So, how are you doing on today, friend? How your day been going so far?
It's been mighty chill. Last week we talked about that lazy day. Yeah, I
Mm,
took one of them today. I took one of them kind of
oh,
like 75%. I still tidied up the house a little bit and cleaned up a little bit. Then I just laid around. But I heard it was really nice outside. I hate I missed it, but honey, I went trying to see it.
okay. Today was very beautiful. It really was a very nice day, beautiful day, nice weather, which is so crazy because it literally snowed this time yesterday. It's like it was what 20 degrees, 10 degrees, and today we dang near knocking on 70 degrees. It's just so, but that's Memphis weather for you, baby. You don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna be in a coat and a mink today and wearing flip-flops and shorts tomorrow. So that's just how we roll with that, baby. That's why everybody be sick, snotting, sneezing, because the
Yep.
weather is always weathering, okay?
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
always doing something. So, y'all know what we about to do. We always start off with an icebreaker, and we're going to ask the question. Speaking of you having a lazy day, let's just ask the question. When you have a day off, what is the ideal or the best way to spend a day off? What do that look like to you? In a perfect world, you got a day off. How do you like to spend your days off?
I will sleep in for one.
Okay.
Then I would get out and go and get me a massage done. Then I go and get my feet done. Then I do a little retail therapy. That's always in order. And then give me something good to eat. That's all I need.
That's it.
That's it. Not
Okay.
more.
I'm not mad at that. How I would love to spend my day is a empty house. I don't want to go anywhere. Um, I would like the decision to move from my bed to my couch back to my bed. Make sure I give me a good hour and a half nap, uninterrupted. No phone, no mama, no nothing. Just a straight hour and 30 minutes. If I make 2 hours, that'll be even better. Okay. But I would settle for an hour and 30 minutes. Get me something to eat, watch me a little piece of Living Single and laugh at it like I ain't never seen it a day in my life. Watch me some good Living Single. And that is a day for me. And then I would be like, you know what? I can go and leave the house right now, but that won't be about to like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Oh, no, I'm trying to be home by then.
5 or 6 o'clock, I'll go ahead, leave the house, go get us something to eat, maybe stop by one store and get on back in the house. And that'll be my perfect day.
You see how we can tell the difference in who's married and who's single? I ain't trying to say at the house is part of my perfect day off. No.
Look, I wanted to be quiet. Don't nobody say nothing. Leave me alone. Let me have a moment.
Listen. Oh, let me add this in. And get my truck washed so I can
Okay.
open up my sunroof like on a nice day today. Cause listen, that is my number one love language is getting my truck washed. Like, okay.
Okay. I
I
want
know
to get my
like
truck washed Saturday. Baby, this snow had my truck so dirty. Oh my gosh. And my color of my truck is like a silver grayish, whatever. Girl, with that dirt, that dried up snow, and my car is still, baby, that truck was looking a hot mess. Baby, I went by the first one I passed, zoomed up in that mug real quick. And I used to get the basic one. Baby, I said, give me the premium. Get all this stuff up off my truck. I need the premium. I need all the bells, whistles, everything.
see, for me, I do not like the drive-through car wash. Like I want somebody to put their hands on my truck.
I
Like I
don't like
want to sit there.
I don't like drive through either. Only reason why I did it, my husband's at work. My truck was just too nasty to go another day. I was like, no, I just could not. I don't like drive through because it gives me final destination thoughts, and I just cannot stand being trapped in that place, and I can't see nothing because all these subs over my car. And I had to suck it up and be a big girl Saturday, but I don't like it.
Not final destination thoughts, man.
Final that I cannot stand going in a car wash. I cannot stand it.
Mm. Well, that ain't the reason why I don't like it. I just like somebody to hand wash it. So, cause baby, listen, ain't nothing like a clean truck, and my tires gotta be shining.
Yeah.
They gotta be shining. Their hood shine. I gotta have somewhere like you gonna just slide off on. Gotta have that hood shine. And baby, a tank of gas. Oh, I'm good. Fill my tank up, my truck wash, baby. I ain't gotta have $2 in my pocket, but baby, I'm riding like
Uh-uh.
I got 1,000.
Okay. Baby, I was so glad when that car got washed. I didn't know what to do. I was like, whoo. I feel like she feels a little bit lighter. She felt a little bit better. Like, girl, thank you, mama, for watching me. Girl, the truck was so dirty. All right, y'all, let's go and jump into the mess. We're about to have the conversation and let's talk friendships. Are you a good friend? What is a friend? Like, we got all the questions and hopefully we'll be able to have some answers, okay? So, we've been on marriage and relationships, for the past couple of episodes we've been doing, and we don't touch on friendship, but we don't really dive into it. But this episode will be truly dedicated to friendships, okay? And the first question is, are you a good friend? And not in your own eyes, because you can think you the best thing since sliced bread, but other people be like, bro, I can't stand her. She be getting on my nerves, and you thinking you out here killing the game as a friend, and the people do not see you that way. So first off, let's just ask the question, Dina, what is your definition of a good friend? What are your definition of a good friend?
So a definition of a good friend, is someone who I can communicate with,
Mm-hmm.
that is not afraid to have the hard conversations that we still can come back from it. Um, but I do think on even with that, it's levels to that, and I think you have to kind of ease your way into it. But by us being grown, I think we're grown enough to have conversation where we can agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are friends, then we should be able to have, what I'm saying, a conversation and be able to come back from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a good friend, I don't know if I want to say, I don't like kind of using the word loyal because it kind of can be like, because I don't like the type of people that if it's me and you friends and then you fall out with somebody else, then I can't talk to them or I can't have a relationship with them. I don't
Mhm.
like that. They ain't
Mhm.
mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
And so that just this kind of touchy.
Yeah.
But let me see, because I actually was looking up some things earlier and trying to go down the list. And like you said, let's see if I'm these things that I didn't said about having signs of being a good friend. And they have some things like dependable. Now I think that is very true. A good
Mhm.
friend should be dependable. If I need you, unless it's something, you know what I'm saying, that's out of your control or you got something else going on, then
Mhm.
I can understand that. But for the most part, you are dependable. If I need you, I can call you no matter whatever time it is. Okay, what you need or whatever. Within reasonable or whatever. And to be a good friend, we have to learn this and do better on this about being forgiving.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like once it's done, and so my new thing has been whatever happened in today stays in today. I ain't
Mhm.
gonna be mad. If I'm mad today about it, okay, I'm gonna be mad all day today if I want to or whatever. But once
Mhm.
tomorrow comes, it's a new day.
It's
I'm
in the
done.
day. Yeah. I
I,
like those things. I'm gonna amen everything that you said. One thing I would add on to what I think is considered as to be a good friend is somebody that we can hold each other accountable and be
mhm,
each other's accountability partner. I think we are lacking that in today's times when it comes to friendship because everybody wants bootlickers and everybody want people to be in their amen corner about everything when the truth of the matter could possibly really be that you may not be right in this situation. Let me tell you why. you
mhm,
know or I may not be right in the situation and I need to be willing to hear why I'm wrong or vice versa, or why you wrong. So for me, I think this culture, this day and age, nobody is willing to have any accountability. And
mhm,
nobody is willing to be able to say, hey, I think you're handling this situation wrong. Hey, I think you probably was a little funky talking to their waitress friend. Like, you was really on the, you know. But when we do that, it's automatically turned into you're a hater and all these other silly words come about. But I think good friendship is, like you said, somebody would consider as a good friend, somebody who's dependable, somebody you can talk to, somebody that you can be held accountable with, and vice versa, somebody that you can there's no envy, there's no competition. you know if you doing good, I'm rooting for you. Even if I ain't got my blessing yet, you got yours. I'm not gonna go over here and go to God and be like, now why Dina get this and I didn't? Because I know I've been praying about this longer than Dina, and somebody that can uplift you, they're supporting you. You tell them that you want to go to the moon by foot, they're gonna be like, okay, now hold on. That seemed like a lot, but how we gonna get there? Let's figure this out together instead of being so quick to tell somebody what they can't do. So that's just my thoughts. With friendship. Um, why do you think that it is so hard for females to keep a relationship?
So, who child, that can be a whole lot. And for one, what I want to say is friendships are not the way they used to be. Well, they're not portrayed. I'm gonna say that the
Mm-hmm.
way that they used to be genuine. Like, so I was thinking about it today. You remember the shows back in the day that we used to watch, like Girlfriends
Mm-hmm.
and like what was the one you just said? Living Single. How they were really friends.
Yeah.
Like no
Now,
matter what.
girlfriends is not a good one. Now we can talk about girlfriends. Them heifers were not good friends, but we'll talk about that the other day.
Well, compared to the reality shows and shows these days
Yeah.
now, they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but like the sister little circle and sisters to a certain extent, um, they have their issues because all of them got some issues going
Yeah.
on. But for the most part, they be there for each other. I don't think that they have mastered accountability.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, when they make their phone call, the
They're there.
sister circle is linking up, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna talk about it, and they're gonna be there for whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I hate that because it shows us in a negative light of like black women cannot get along, and that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
That is not true. But and you have to, I always say you have to look at it on both sides because for one, on reality TV, they really ain't friends from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't look at them and say, well, look at their friends and see. That's why I don't have friends. And this, maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
getting paid to be those kinds of friends. Okay.
Thank
For
you.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So you got those kinds on this hand that's getting paid to do what they doing. And it's you looking at, you can't look at them, huh? They not real. You gotta look at real people
Mm-hmm.
and real relationships and friendships. And like I always say, in order to have friends, you have to be friendly.
You have to present yourself being friendly. Yep.
Right. Because you can be the nicest person
Mm-hmm.
ever, the sweetest spirit, but if you always looking like this,
Mm-hmm. You got a
every
mug.
time I see you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You're not engaging. You're not open. Any of that. I think I say this a lot, and my friends will tell you that what I don't understand about females and having female relationships and friendships is that the moment two females have a disagreement or anything, you're ready to cut that female off. But let this nigga do something. And baby, he get chance after 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 chance. And like it's to the point to where he got so many chances and you would cut her off just because she agreed with something that he did that you felt was wrong, but you still gonna take him back though. Like it, but you ready to cut her off. She can't be your friend no more, but you're okay with this. Point, if I don't know nobody who watch Married to Medicine, I just caught up on Married to Medicine. And with the situation with Phaedra Apollo and Shaq, whatever their man name
yeah.
is,
Mm-hmm.
Phaedra mad at her ex-husband. She's mad at the other women. She's mad at everybody but the nigga that's playing in her face. You invited him on the trip. And the girl telling you like me and Apollo, they cool. We doing this, we doing that, and you're mad at them for being mean girls, but you're not mad at the nigga that's playing in your face. And he hooking up with your ex-husband, not hooking up in a sexual way. Let me change my tone when I say that. And they still buddy. And but you're not mad at him for also, in my opinion, playing a certain game. Do that make sense? And you mad at Heavenly, you mad at Simone, you mad at everybody, but you're not checking him on anything. And that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. We're willing to always be so forgiving for a man, and then when the woman do something, it's like cut them off. We'll never go back to being friends, or I never want female friends again because of this. But you don't even have those type of standards when it comes to a man. Why are the standards always so much higher with the female, but the man can do God knows what, when, and how, and all is forgiven? We're ready. We're always willing to throw away our female friendships. We're always willing to throw it away.
They'd be like, oh, they jealous.
And there you go. They're willing to throw away female friendships. Now, I'll say this, when it comes to female friendship, I think, and I've heard women say, I don't do females, blah, blah, blah. I think that is the most silliest and immature thing to say. A lot of women that act like that, they make their man their center of everything. And there's nothing wrong with your man being your friend, because I think y'all should have some type of a relationship and friendship. But I also think there's something else that women offer to each
Mhm.
other that your husband cannot offer you. You know, I don't care how in tune he is with his emotions and feelings. There's still just some things that you can say something like, I can be like, God dog it, I broke my nail. Dina, you would get that. You'll be like, oh man. My husband be like, oh, okay. But you would get where I'm coming from just by me saying that one line. We'll get each other. It's just certain things that I feel like you'll be able to have a conversation with another female that you can't have with a male. And I
Right,
think we need sisterhood.
right. But I think that has a lot to do with some of the women that you are around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it don't even have to do with age limit, because I seen some old school people that just like they's in their 50s, like I don't mess with females, and I'm like, what?
That is crazy to
But
me.
my friend always told me to watch the ones that say they don't deal with females, because it be them is the one that's the problem.
Cutting up. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I found that to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, because I'm the type of person, I'm gonna give everybody the same grace when I first meet you. I don't care if you had a problem with them, somebody else had a problem with them. I'm gonna give them the same grace until you show me something different.
Right.
But when you show me something different, I'm gonna be like, hmm,
Yeah.
because I want to find out for myself. Because
Mm-hmm.
just because you have a problem with somebody or y'all don't mesh well, doesn't mean that I'm gonna have the same problem. So I allow everybody to create their own story.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it don't. But you live and learn. But I'm gonna give you that option to see what it is.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, I'm like, okay, yeah, nah, I can't fool with her like that. But I'm gonna be cordial to you. I'm gonna speak.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause old school growing up, you speak to everybody. When you in the room,
Walk
whether they
around.
speak or not,
Yep.
they're not my business. I spoke
Yeah.
when I came in the room, you won't speak, good.
Yeah.
But I just hate that, and I wish it was more sister circle friends that was
Yep.
shown in a positive light. So that's like when I get with my girlfriends, baby, I'm posting 1,000 pictures because it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
We get together for whatever the occasion, baby. It don't matter. We getting together this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Baby,
Yeah.
they come out. We learn how to cook caramel.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. So I done turned into a party. I said, so we gonna have a taco bar. They talking about we gonna do line dancing. So we having a whole party.
Yeah.
Age limit, the age group is different. I'm always
Mm-hmm.
the youngest one in the group. I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
probably why, because I always hang with the older women.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what I navigate to. Because I gotta be around some like-minded people, like you said in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't got time if you talking about something, you finna go to the club tonight, or you finna go turn up. No, that ain't my life.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't
Yep.
that ain't what I want. Now you finna go out to eat, girl. Where we going?
Right. And what
I
time
think
we going?
what time? Now we gotta go early because I can't be. Don't invite me to no 9, 8 o'clock. Somebody we finna go out. No man, I'm not finna go out. I'm sleeping. I'm ready to eat and be back home by 8, 9 o'clock. I ain't got time for all that foolery. But I don't know. I just try to be the good friend that I would want. So I just pray and hope that that what I give out, I give back.
I honestly think, just like you said, from looking at TV or even seeing people that you went to school with, work with, whatever the case may be, I do think sometimes people just don't know how to be a friend. And instead of saying, I don't know how to do this, people like to put their wall up and say, oh, I don't do female friends, or I don't have this. And I think more times than not, you just don't know how to. And because you haven't had nobody that was a real friend, now you're painting this picture on every female to be the exact same way. And I think that's when pride come in and be like, girl, I ain't never had one. I'm willing to try it out, or I'm willing to do X, Y, and Z. but we look at it as if it's the freaking plague or something. If you have a friend, you know, I
Mhm.
was listening to this podcast called Harley Initiated. Have you ever heard of their podcast?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's called Harley Initiated. And he had these two women on there, and this one woman was saying how she has female friends, but here's the but she don't do female trips, like all girls trips. She was like, that single woman stuff. And I'm like, and she's an older woman. Like, she's older than me. She's almost, if she ain't 50, she knocking on 50, right?
Mhm.
But I kind of want to place her by her being in her 50s. And she was like, I don't do that. That's single woman stuff. Why I need to go on a girls trip, you know? And I'm like, that don't make sense, you know. As and you know, I'm married. Me and my friends go out. My husband goes out with his friends, and he ride motorcycles. They take motorcycle trips. Everybody need a outlet.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't you want to go? And if you don't want to go on a female trip, is it because y'all doing something you ain't got no business doing? Because you just going to have a good time, then why is it a problem?
Or unless the females that's on going on trip, because I'm married to the medicine. Toya had said that before. I think that was Toya. Was that Toya said she don't like to do no, that might be another show. It was somebody on one of the reality shows said she didn't do trips without her husband. She didn't like to do trips with the women. She said she wasn't gonna trip with her husband. I was like, oh.
But then to me, I feel like I feel like you don't know what friendship is and you haven't experienced it. And I feel like it's a wall that's being put up for you to say that you don't want to do this. It's just like me saying, I don't like a certain food and I've never tried it before. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just because it look a certain way don't mean it's not good or doesn't mean it's not appetizing or whatever the case may be. And I think sometimes a lot of women like to put that notion on things like, oh, I don't do this. But have you ever done it for you to be like, and to me, I feel like some people haven't even had a bad experience to be able to say why they don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because even with the lady, you don't have a reason. Your only reason was oh, this single woman stuff.
Yeah, but because now you can't have the wrong bunch that you went on a girls trip with, and some of it can be just like, you know what, I'm never going again. I don't like it. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it, and it can be a bad experience. But like with traveling, you got to find your right group.
Yeah.
You got to find your right group, and sometimes it can take a minute because there's so many different personalities. And then if you got somebody that always want to run stuff, and then somebody else want to run stuff, then y'all bumping heads. Or
Mm-hmm.
you have people that don't want to put nothing together, and everybody just looking at everybody like, what we doing? So we anybody playing up? We ain't doing that. No, no. Oh, guess we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
No. Or if you have different groups, you want to go to the club, you want to go hang out all night, you want to do this group over here, we want to go out to eat, we're gonna do shopping, and we're gonna be back at the hotel or whatever about 7 8,
Mm-hmm.
because I ain't gonna say we all, but babe, we've been doing this for years. We get up
Yeah.
early and
Mm-hmm.
go sightseeing, exploring, and shopping. And I would tell anybody, like if somebody was like, "Well, I want to go with y'all," well, I'll tell them right up there. Let me tell you how we roll. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna eat and we're gonna shop.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're gonna do. Eat, shop, and we're gonna do some sightseeing. Depending on what it is. But if you're looking for somebody that's gonna go out and turn up, I'm gonna tell you right up front, baby, this is not the group.
This ain't it. Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
won't want you to tell me the same thing because I won't go with you then because I don't want you mad because
Mm-hmm.
then that way you have somebody on this hand that was looking for that mixed in this group. Now they mad the whole trip I
Mm-hmm.
ain't never going nowhere else with no girls or none else because they did this and they did that and I ain't going no more. They're just a waste of my money. We want your truth. We want your tribe to go with like this.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you can't go on a nice girls trip with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to find somebody that like to do what you
What
like to
you
do.
like? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So thankfully, I've had only a couple of them. This not been many, but I stick with my tribe. I know what we're
Mhm.
gonna do. I'm good with that. But
I've been around some people. I'm more of I'm gonna go with the flow type person, and I've been in a group of women where they ain't my friends, they my friends' friends, and we just so happen to all be together. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play it cool. I will always be respectful. And when me and my friend get back together, I'll be like, "Oh, I won't be doing this again." And I would just tell her. She'd be like, "Oh, why?" But I was like, and I would list out the reasons. I wouldn't hold it against my friend. I wouldn't go off. I wouldn't click out. I wouldn't do any of that.
mhm.
But I pull her. When we get to ourselves, or talk on the phone, or whatever the case may be, and be like, "Yeah, that one for me." So the next time, y'all out, you can leave me out. I'm okay with being left out of whatever you're doing.
Mhm.
And, a lot of people do feel like everybody needs to get along and everybody needs to be a kumbaya situation. But certain personalities just don't judge with each other. That don't mean we finna be fighting. That don't mean we finna be a whole knockout brawl. But if I don't see it for little mama, then I'm sure we don't have to do this.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
only time, let me add this on, I will make an exception for that is if it's a big event. Like your birthday, it's you know housewarming or stuff like that where it's so many people, but just a casual we finna ready to go up the street and get us something to eat. Okay, I'll see y'all later. You know, I would do that would be me. Now, if it's like I said, you ain't got a promotion, you about a house, you done whatever, bridal shower, baby shower, stuff like that. Of course, this is a big event. You show up for your friend.
Mhm.
Just kicking the bubbles and we finna go up the street to Longhorn. That's all right. Oh, we have a game night at the house. That's okay.
Mhm.
I'll pass. Y'all have fun, and I'll talk to you later, girl. And that'd be it. You know.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But I just I just speak and keep it moving. I don't got time for all that. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to have a good time. When I say I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm make the best out of it. Unless now you just being nasty and rude, I'm gonna drive my own car because I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because I
Definitely
know
drive your own car. But I think,
I don't like that.
when it comes to friendships, I think that we should be more nurturing when it comes to female friendships. Um, it's okay to have disagreements. It's okay, not to even like me for the day. It's emotions, it's temporary. It's not a big deal. It's a temporary feeling. You'll get over it, right? It goes wrong when we linger in it and make it bigger than what it really is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it's okay to nurture a relationship. And if I can't come to you and be like, Dina, you hurt my feelings when you said that, are we really friends if I can't have that vulnerable conversation with you?
We could still be really friends, but however, let me tell you a moment I had with that. So I had a friend. Well, we're back. We're friends now. We
Mm-hmm.
were we were not friends for probably about a year, And we were very good friends. I mean, like junior high all the way up to grown age, moving out in apartments and stuff like that. And so a situation happened where she said that she I offended her, but
Mm.
she didn't know how to come to me and tell me that I offended her. So she ignored me, my phone calls, and everything for almost a year.
Whoa.
No, let me take that back. It was from October, so October, November, December, January, February. It was 4 months. 4 months. That was the four longest months ever. And the situation happened. The same day it was at an event. I had an event for my birthday. She came to the event, like nothing even happened that day. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. Cause I'm now my emotions was, a little running. I don't know what happened that day, but I was pissed off. And she came to the event, like nothing even happened. So I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is now. So in my mind, it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Went on throughout the day. Then after I think I got back I was going to Jamaica. When I got back, I think I reached out to her, no answer. Reached out again, no answer. Call, no phone call, text, no response, none. Then maybe a month later, her grandmother died. I
Mm.
text her, she responded. So now I'm looking cockeyed. So you've been getting my text messages. And I asked her daughter, I was like, have you talked to your mom? I've been trying to call her. She's like, I don't know. All along, she knew. She just wasn't
You
gonna say
knew.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I'm going on by this time. But however, before this happened, I forgot about this. Thank you, Lord, for bringing back to my memory. Before it happened, I was doing an event, and the Lord told me that people are going to start dropping away from you, but it's not them, it's me doing it
Mm-hmm.
because they can't go where I'm about to take you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a couple of weeks later is that when it happened. But at that time, I didn't even think about that at that moment when it happened. And so
Mm-hmm.
as time went by and I didn't hear anything from her, that's when the Holy Ghost brought it back to my remembrance. Well, I told you that I was about to remove people
Mm-hmm.
from you. So I said, okay, well, I guess this is who it was that the Lord was going to remove. So, I said, all right, Lord, this your will. Whatever happened, happened. I left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
4 months went by, and but at the time before they came back to my remembrance, I was pissed because I felt like we had been friends for so long
Mm-hmm.
that how could you not be able to come to me and tell
Say
me that I
so.
was offended? Now back then, I wasn't as nice Dina as I am now with the nice, attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So it was gonna be some words being said, baby. It was gonna be some facial
Mm-hmm.
expressions gonna be made, but still, how do you just ignore me for all these months and we've been friends for so long? So at that point, I felt like, well, we couldn't have been friends.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have been friends if you felt like that you couldn't come to me and talk to me and tell me that I offended you and let
Mm-hmm.
me give me the option to react or us have a conversation about it. And
Yeah.
so that's why I'm big on it now about having a conversation about it. You give the
Mm-hmm.
other person a chance to redeem themselves or to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is instead of us just cutting them off and not
Mm-hmm.
extending grace to them and giving them a
Right.
chance to come back and say, well,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this because in your mind, you thinking, how dare she not call me after all these months and I've been reaching out and she ain't said none of this, that, and the other. So 4 months went by. She finally texted me in February. The text message was about this long. I still was offended because I feel like we have a better relationship than for you to send me a text
Six.
message.
Mm-hmm.
So I read the text message. Okay. All right. I forgive you. Because God had already told me that, people were gonna be falling off or whatever. So I'm good. But
Mm-hmm.
I hate that you sent me a text message to say all this when we could have had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that she was offended, but she didn't know how to come to me and tell me that. So even fast forward, after that time, I let it go. I moved forward. But in my mind, I had already said, I wonder where I am now. We will never be friends again like that before again. Because I felt like if you couldn't come to me and have a conversation about the whatever happened, then we weren't really friends. So
Okay.
I'm done with
I
it.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that, especially when, Will talked about everything up under the sun and, all of this, and you couldn't come and say things. My friend and I had a disagreement about something. And when we end up finally talking about it, it was the same thing. Like, oh, Sean, I didn't like this, blah, 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 blah. And I listened to what she said. And my response was, maybe I did say it a little funky and jaded, but I meant what I said. I meant what I said. I could have said it better. I probably could have reacted better, but I ain't tell no lies. I meant what I said. And I think sometimes, not all the time, sometimes the offense can be there because there's a lot of truth attached to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's some truth attached to it, there go that wall again as to where I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk to you no more because you done me wrong. Now let's have a pity party. You see what I'm saying? But in friendships and in adulthood, we should be able to acknowledge where I was wrong at and where you was wrong at. And we can come together, have a, meeting of the mind, compromise, fix it, and we move on. To go for so, and I am an advocate of taking a beat. I am an advocate of that. If we have a blow up right now, we probably do need to take a beat. Let's calm down. Let's get our emotions back, regulate it, all the things, and then we go and be able to have a conversation. But going 4 months without talking to somebody is wild.
But let me finish. After she sent that text, I said, okay, I let it go. I done forgave her for whatever it was. But in my mind, we weren't gonna be friends like that again. We was gonna be very cordial. However, I can be very cordial and very short, but we shared a common person.
Mm,
And so whenever they had an event, I had to show up.
yeah.
I showed up, but I was very short. I mean, I had a conversation. Hi, how are you doing? What? Because I was not gonna let you back in that space with me
Yeah.
again.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I did, we just had a conversation about it, and when it came about doing the fast of the year of the
Mm,
dry.
really?
And yes, and it came about because on the first day of the fast, when it talked about when you had to repent and about, I think it was about different things that was going on. And so one of my things was envy.
Mm,
And I had seen her page on Facebook, and she had gotten married, and her husband was just just having a great old time, and I was really genuinely happy for her.
mm-hmm.
And I sent her that message and sent it to her. Mind you, we still haven't had a conversation besides very surface. So I
Mm,
sent her a message, told her that I was happy that she finally got what she desired, this, that, and the other. And when I did the fast, this was the same day. And one of the things that they talked about was being envious. And so what I
mm,
had realized was a part of me that did not want to talk to her again was because I was envious of the things that I seen her being able to accomplish. And I felt like, well,
mm,
Lord, what about me?
mm-hmm.
And when Tiffany did that, and she was saying you're envious of people because of whatever, whatever. So you had to go through your repentance, and even about being
Mm-hmm.
envious of people. And the same day she called me, And she was like, "Thank you so much for that message that you sent me. It brought tears to my eyes while I was in the store shopping for furniture." She was like, "I was crying so hard I had to leave out the store." She went on to tell me about why she didn't reach out and respond to me within those 4 months. She said she didn't know how, and she had left God herself. She said, "I was over
Mm-hmm.
here practicing in crystals and witchcraft and all kinds of stuff." And she said, "I didn't even know how to handle my own self." She said, "Things were just happening that was just out of my control. And I just pulled away from everybody and everything because she had her own issues going on." So now I look at things and even people as people pull back, but you don't know what they're dealing with, why they pull back. So instead of us cutting them off or not extending the grace to them, now I really just, okay, Lord, what is it that I need to do? Because some may be going on, some may not be going on, but to pray. And the Lord, you be discerned about it because that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just over here thinking, because our mind, I don't think we take this one little scenario. We'd have made a whole story, a
Mm-hmm.
whole film, and all that other kind of production about it. And when
Yep.
that was not even what it was. But because we didn't have that conversation, now I could have went a whole totally different way and be like, "Nah, I ain't talking to you," or not send her nothing, nothing. But however, like I said, that year of the bride fast,
Mm-hmm.
woo, it made me see in a whole different light of different situations. And when she told me that, I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Mm-hmm.
And even of the things that you see, and like I have learned a lot of when they ask me about how do you handle, people being on social media. And I think I did a panel and they was asking, how do you deal with like being single on social media and then you see everybody else is happy or married or this. I said, for one, I had to learn that people portray what they want to portray on social.
Y'all do. Mm-hmm.
And I know some of the people in real life and I know what they got going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't put my life against, oh, what somebody else doing, because I did learn some things, even through her, that from what I seen was not what I seen.
Mm-hmm.
You be up here trying to live your life or be envious of people because you see this, that, and the other, and that's not even reality.
90% of the stuff that's on social media is really fake. Social media is one of the things to me that's a gift and a curse, a blessing and a curse.
Mhm.
And people only going to show you the good side. You know, even with us, I'm gonna get on here, make sure my hair comb. I'm gonna make sure my lips ain't cracking open and dry. Make sure I'm a crust out my eye. I'm gonna come over here and present myself. But if I'm not on this camera, baby, this hair finna be up in a bunny. I'm finna have on a shirt with a bleach stain on it or something, and I'm walking through the house, right?
Mhm.
And social media, especially when it comes down to relationships, whether it's female friendships or you know opposite sex relationships like that, it really is one of them things that come off as you're getting a snapshot of
Mhm.
what is happening. You're getting a right now thing, and it can be so deceiving. Even Angela have it, don't judge a book by its cover. You looking at this cover and thinking you got it figured out. And they
Mhm.
must have the happiest life. And oh my God, they do the best girl trips ever. And the entire time they was dang near about to fight each other every time. But because they took a picture of everybody doing this, they showed you the good times. They didn't show
Mhm.
you the part where they was, arguing with each other. They ain't showing you the part where, you know, somebody was late and now everybody got an attitude. They showing you the smiling picture.
Right.
They showing you that part of it. So, I do wish that people would back off social media so much from that aspect, because I see a lot of people in the comments be like, "Ooh, couple goals," and I be like, "Do you even know these people? Just because they took a cute picture and gave you a cute little reel in a TikTok, that made them couple goals, and you don't know what's going on in these folks' house.
Mhm.
You don't know what these people doing."
Facts.
Even with friendships. Oh, I wish I had a friend like that. You don't know you don't know nothing about this woman.
or other things, or even like businesses, or either like that. You what's the old saying? You see my glory, but you don't know my story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you don't know. And that's why I do try to be very intentional. Even, I'm just speaking for me and myself. When I post stuff, like I'm gonna tell you the real. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
see this, but baby, I always say, baby, but God, nobody but God, because baby, listen,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's a struggle to do some
Mm-hmm.
things, to get some things, to be some things. So if you gonna tell it, baby, tell the whole story.
Tell it all. But people ain't gonna do that. We definitely ain't doing it.
Well,
Oh,
baby, I'm gonna be all the story, the good, bad, baby. So many people have called me and asked me, well, baby, listen, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you how much time you got.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you now, and I've told, even probably when I post up, like even with like when we got the salon, it's been 10 years last year. Baby,
Wow.
it wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
Salon, baby, we was bouncing stuff right and left because we didn't know how to pay bills. Like, I didn't know how to pay
Mm-hmm.
bills in a business and in my home.
Mm-hmm.
That was a whole learning process. 10 years later, we got it now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a struggle. Anything worth having, as they say, it's work. You got to put the work in to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't easy. You got, baby, if you want it, you got to work for it. That's whether it's a business, a relationship, a
I
friendship,
agree.
or whatever it is, you got to do the work for it. And if you don't do the work for it, then I don't know what to tell you.
And I agree. I think that's a good way to round us out and close us out, even in our because we did speak about friendships tonight, and tonight this was our topic of conversation. And if I was to leave anything on the table, I would want to leave that it's okay to fight for a friendship as you would any other relationship. Now, if
Mhm.
somebody is being disrespectful and all the things, like we're gonna have common sense in what we do. But there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable with your friend and having the conversation and fight for your friendship. If you're not willing, or excuse me, if you don't want to lose that person, it's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay to have female friendships. It's okay. Like, I don't understand why society, culture, whatever other word we want to throw in there is almost to the point like it's demonizing having female friendships. And as if they don't exist. And if they do exist, they fake, they ain't real. And that's not true.
Mhm.
It's not true. So there's nothing wrong with having female friendships. There's nothing wrong with having a sisterhood. There's nothing wrong with it. And I want us to be able to, you know, pick that up a little bit more.
A
Go
lot
find,
more.
yeah. And there's no such thing, oh, I'm old, I can't have no friends. Baby, as long as you 6 feet above and got breath in your body, you can go do anything you want to do. Go find you somebody to hang out with. Go find somebody to have fun with. Be silly with. Have conversations with. Like, it's okay to do that. It's all right. We need friends.
Yes, plenty of them. Because sometimes your friends be busy and they can't talk, so you got to find another friend.
Yeah. Get you some friends. And what the Bible tells us, always ending with a Bible study. A friend is someone who's still closer than a brother. Come on. The Bible even tells us that we need friends. You need friends. You
Yes.
need you some friends. Get you some female friends. Get somebody that's like-minded like you. Get somebody who's not in competition and you're not in competition. You're
Mhm.
there for each other. You respect each other. You love each other. You're there for each other. It's okay to have that relationship. And that was my last words. You want to do benediction, friend? I'm just playing.
This
Russia.
means take it upon yourself to introduce yourself to someone that you don't know and make you a new friend.
Yep.
Make your new friends smile. You don't know what another person is going through. You can either make their day or break their day.
Yep.
All it takes is a simple hello. How are you today? And
Yep.
when you ask somebody how they are, listen for them to answer. I hate to ask somebody ask me when I work at the office and they're answering, they be like, "Good morning, how are you?" I be like, Then before I can even say they didn't went on talk and over what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Listen for the answer. How
Mm-hmm.
are you? I'm great. How about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Not even 1 minute
Not
to
even
just
one.
show somebody some love because you don't know what they are dealing with in the inside. Everybody is
Mhm.
dealing with something. Even though they wear a smile on their face and they go on about their business like nothing even happened, they got
Mhm.
something in the back of their mind. So just be that smiling face to help them endure a little bit more. To, have a better day than they was having.
Mhm.
It ain't gonna cost you a dime.
Hold on. It costs nothing to be nice. It costs nothing to smile. It costs nothing, So, if you don't have no friends, go find you some friends. Find a book club. Find something that you're interested. Facebook have so many freaking groups that's
Mhm.
local, that's statewide, that's international, whatever the case. Now, folks are crazy, so use your good godly common sense now, all right? Don't just be out here doing stuff all willy-nilly. Use your good godly common sense. But, you know, if you feel like, hey, I like building birdhouses and I don't know nobody who like doing this, I bet you there's somebody on Facebook. It's a whole group for people who build birdhouses and who like to garden, and because it can be a thing that I like doing this, but I don't know nobody who do that. Find you a group, find you a tribe. It's okay. It's not too late to go and do these things in life. And we need our friends. We need friends. We need friends. Friends are a good thing.
Yes, and watch my show, The Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Yep. Watch the shows, okay? Well, all right, you guys. We done made it to our hour mark. We did it. We talked about it. Y'all drop it in the comments and let us know what y'all think. Is it easy being a friend? Is it easy finding friends? Y'all let us know. We'll be back on next week to talk about something else. Y'all tell us what y'all want to talk about. Drop it in the comments. Give us some topics you feel like, hey, y'all talk about everything but this, and tell us what the but this is, okay? So
Okay.
that's all we got. We ain't got no more. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, y'all night, as well as y'all week. We'll see you guys, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video.